Yo, welcome back to another video. This is Joana Ceddia. I think that's how you say her name. Cat piss everything. Now, I seen a little bit. She's supposed to be I think shooting her bow and arrow, but I've never shot a bow and arrow, like even in school. Like, I don't know what it was. I remember they had it in like gym class and stuff, but I don't know where I was at. I guess I was like playing basketball or like missed that day, or I don't know what happened. But anyways, archery, never got a chance to do it. Definitely would be interested in doing it. I don't think there's any place in my city that does that. There probably is, but I'd be in the house, especially with quarantine. Before quarantine happened, I lived a quarantine lifestyle. It's just my personality, you know what I'm saying? I'm just who cares? Anyways, let's watch this video.
During my quarantine, many eventful things have happened. But by far, one of the things I'm most proud of is how much I've improved at archery. Turns out, being stuck at home for nearly 5 months is a great opportunity to learn how
It's been a long time.
to kill someone. Observe. I'm so sorry. Before, I couldn't make any of the arrows hit that target. Instead, it would hit the fence behind it. I mean, just look at the amount of abuse I've subjected this thing to. This is what happens to my enemies.
Ooh.
Oh my god, it was a bullseye. I'd like to subject myself quite frequently to the mental exercise that is trying to rationalize how I will ever be able to use this ability in the real world. And the answer is, I won't. Unless, of course, I find myself in the middle of nowhere, I'm hungry, and I need some dinner. And if that were in fact the case, I would need to be able to build my own bow and arrow. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have purchased this bow from the god of capitalism, also known as Amazon. But guess what? Please point to me where the hell is Amazon in the forest. I'm sorry, but there's no same-day shipping in the middle of the woods. Jeff Bezos doesn't exist. He's a figment of your imagination. Is this really necessary right now? So I need to be able to build my own bow and arrow.
So with this newfound revelation that I had to learn the ways of self-sufficiency, I got to researching. How did our ancestors make their first bows? Let's be honest here. The Lord of the Rings is historical non-fiction. Hobbits exist. Legolas was a real elf. His bow was a real thing too, so who made it? Where did it come from? Was it birthed from a bigger one? These are all questions I need answered. You needn't not fear, however, because WikiHow to the rescue. WikiHow is the gold standard of instructional writing. It's the most reliable source for all your how-to queries. So naturally, when I had struck gold, there was only one thing left to do. I pressed print. After all, there's no internet connection in the wild, and got ready to go on an adventure.
Hey guys, so before we go venture out into the great unknown, we have to kind of prepare and make sure that we have all.
She is not about to go out into the forest with her printed sheets of WikiHow on how to build a bow and arrow and build a bow and arrow in the forest and shoot it. There's no way she's about to do that. Yo, this is about to be quite hilarious.
All of our supplies in order and that we're not going into this blind. So let's start with the basics, right? You always want to travel light. So that means as small of a backpack as possible.
It's pretty huge. That's what she's trying to signify by ruffling around.
So the next thing, water. You have to stay hydrated, drink lots of water, because the last thing you want to be is stuck in the wild with a yeast infection because you didn't drink enough water. Next is a knife. This is very self-explanatory. This is probably the most useful thing you can have when you're alone in the woods with nothing to do. It's great for things like arts and crafts. So this next thing is gonna seem kind of pretty weird, but just stick with me, okay? You're already taking a knife. Why not also take a fork? You could have the ultimate eating experience. In fact, why not just bring every utensil you could possibly need? Plates, cups, bowls, spoons. I like to have lots of extra underwear with me. I'm gonna be wearing the same clothes for a very long time. So the least I can do is bring a couple changes of underwear so that, like I said before,
Makes
I'm not
sense.
stuck in the wild with a yeast infection. So I'll run the
What's
top
the
of clothing.
yeast
This
infection?
is my survival outfit. It's great because it's one, you know, it's a unit. It's singular. I don't have to worry about like separate parts. Shoes. Okay, so I went back and forth here, you know. These are my spikes. Guys, these are actual weapons, okay? I have horns growing out of my feet. Anyways, a couple more things. My jacket, my moisturizer, you know, in the wild, eczema's the last thing you want to be worried about.
That's
my
hilarious.
credit card, okay? Sometimes the squirrels want to have a farmer's market or something, so, you know, you gotta be prepared. Oh, my incubator. You know, I might find some eggs. There's always that possibility. And who knows? I could want some bird friends, so I'm gonna need this to hatch them. A pan, in case I want to cook something. This is baker's yeast.
I thought she was about to say a pan in case I want to cook them, meaning the eggs that she found, whatever.
I said I didn't want a yeast infection. Finally, my visor and my sunglasses. And you know, the great thing about these sunglasses is with just the tilt of a head, I can have so much variety. You know, prescription, shade, prescription, shade, prescription, shade, prescription, shade. So anyways, yeah, that's it. Now I just kind of have to make this all fit into my backpack. How am I supposed to get that?
That was great editing. I like that. I like that
Well,
she
I
did
guess
that.
that's it. So
I
all
like
I've left
how
now
she did
is
that.
to
That was pretty
leave
cool.
this place and get going.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for
Going toodaloo. Hey dudes, how's it going? We're in the middle of butt freaking nowhere here. You know, nobody can hear you. Doesn't matter how loud you yell. We're far from civilization. Nobody's around us. Alone.
She's about
like
to.
we're alone, completely and utterly alone. Once the weapon of choice.
It's funny.
For
She's showing the
everyone.
cars in the background.
From Native American hunters to Turkish armies. Okay, so we're gonna. Is that a dead skunk? That's a dead skunk. That's a dead. Wow, it's a raccoon. Only in the wild. Look at how primitive we are. Time for dinner. Choose a long piece
serious?
of wood for the bow. Okay, so now you go and find one for me, Dad. So things to look for, according to WikiHow.
Who is that?
Needs to be
her
dry,
dad?
like my sense of humor. About 1.8 meters in length. That's really tall. Oh, does this work? It's too short. Oh, there.
My daughter woke up. She's just sitting there.
Great, you found one.
I'm watching
Excellent.
the
Okay,
monitor.
step one's complete. Hey guys, it's me, Logan Paul, and I'm in the suicide forest.
Oh my
Look,
God, no, she
it's
didn't.
a dead body. Deter.
Yo, she's so funny for that. Yo, that was hilarious, man.
Determine the natural curve of the stick. We're gonna skip steps 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, 5. I guess you're already done 5 too.
You know, being in the wild, completely removed from society,
With a bench.
you end up going back to your roots. Nature has a way of humbling you. You learn to improvise. Sometimes you plan for A, get the beginning of B, skip C, and then D comes running around the
Whose
corner at
shoes
full
is that?
speed. That's what she said. Moral of the story is,
I
if the
missed
shoe
that,
fits,
but-
wear it. In fact, if the shoelaces are useful, why not take advantage of them? Sure,
All right,
our
y'all. I'll be
ancestors
right
used
back. I gotta go get my daughter. I feel like this is the second time this happened when I watched her video. I know I'm supposed to be here reacting to this video, but I gotta go change a diaper, and I don't edit videos well yet. You know what I'm saying? So, if you don't mind skipping ahead, continue watching. I appreciate it. If you leave, I understand, but daddy calls. Daddy, hopefully not duty calls. It was not a dirty diaper. Put this over here in the trash. Alright. Let's get back into it, you know what I'm saying? Don't want no coronavirus. God willing, we'll be protected from that. And let's jump back into Jonah.
Things like linen, vegetable fibers, hemp, marijuana, weed, or anything else they could kind of finesse into string. But you know what? If I find it and it works, who's gonna tell me that it's illegal? That very much does seem like a you problem, thank you very much. Katniss Everdeen didn't win the Hunger Games by following the rules. She won it by getting in a love triangle. Peeta didn't survive because he knew how to fight. He made it because he was a makeup artist.
You know, if I ever found myself stuck in the Hunger Games, I just hide for the entire thing. Like, I dig a hole, jump in it, cover it up, and then, you know, just wake me up when it's over. Nobody will even know I'm there. Wait, where did my dad go? What? Where did he go? How did he get there? What?
Okay, so for this next bit, I'm gonna quote straight from the source. Step 1. Select sticks for your arrows. Arrows should be formed from the straightest sticks you can find. Ugh, the homophobia. The wood should be dry and dead. Now, WikiHow recommends that you use, you know, rocks or bone or glass to make your arrows pointy, but we're not in the Rocky Mountains. I'm not gonna kill an animal for its frickin' femur, and I'm not gonna start a fire to melt some sand. So we resorted to simpler tools, namely a kitchen knife. Mom, maybe forget this footage, you know, the next time you're doing the dishes and you see this knife, no, this knife hasn't been used to cut sticks.
Okay, great. So now that you
This is
have
hilarious.
your arrows, you might notice that they aren't straight. Now what we're gonna do is fire straighten them. Ah! Okay. Yeah, so I'll just be here till tomorrow, holding it straight.
You can
At the
fire
end of the day,
straighten
I think we
a
can take away
stick?
a lot from this. I know that if I was stuck in the wild, alone, I wouldn't last 10 minutes. I'd probably try to start a fire, accidentally set the whole tree ablaze, and suddenly we've got a wildfire in Banff National Park. Also, it hasn't been said, so I'm gonna say it now. Bows are not toys. Quoting again from WikiHow, do not point a loaded bow at anything you do not intend to kill. If I hear from one of your parents that y'all wanted a bow because this strange girl named Joanna on YouTube has one,
Sorry.
I'm deleting your subscription. You know, archery is a very difficult skill to learn. Just look at my dad. Anyways, dudes, that's it. That's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video.
I'm weak. She
I
did
hope
not
you're all
take a
doing
poop.
well.
That's so
The
fake.
quarantine still hasn't done a number on me
She's
yet.
lying.
So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. Stay funky,
That's
stay
funny.
spunky, stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles. I have to say this. Just watched her video on being blackmailed where she talks about how disgusts her. She doesn't hang out with friends. She studies all the time. Goes absolutely.
Anyway, that's the end of the video. It's probably a lot longer than hers because of the, you know what I'm saying, the diaper change. But you know what I'm saying, daddy duty calls. This time it was daddy P calls. So, you know what I'm saying, had to do what I had to do. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for stopping. I want to shoot a bow and arrow. I've never shot a bow and arrow. It's one of the coolest things. I need to research this. We're gonna have a bow and arrow vlog one day if I can find a place that does it. Yeah. Stay tuned for that. All right, peace.